ego is very important to me. Hi everyone, it's Jason from C² Racing, and welcome to another team update video. So these are the videos where we let everyone know what we've all been up to, what's been going on, and what we've got coming up next. Today, we want to start off talking about the star of our team, and I can tell from all of our social media statistics that she's your favorite, and that's Kylie and New. Kylie has been pretty busy lately, running mostly out of her home state of Virginia. On the 9th of August, she had one of her best finishes of the year, finishing third in the Junior Sportsman Champ class at Capital City Speedway in Ashland, Virginia. But a couple weeks later, she decided to make her debut at Hunterstown Speedway, track that she's never been to before. That's how debuts work. But despite it being her first time there, she finished a really strong 4th place. So she's off to a great season so far, and she's got a few more competitions left to go. As we mentioned last month, they're not doing a season championship anymore because of all the reschedules. She is going to be competing there week to week in what is now essentially going to be single events. So stay tuned to the end of the video and we'll let you know where she's going to be next. All right, so up next, we want to talk about a small thing that we had going on that I personally was involved in this year. A little race that goes on every year called the Indianapolis 500. This was supposed to be back in May. As you know, there is a tradition that normally we have the month of May where all of the events related to the Indianapolis 500, qualifying and the race, all take place leading up to Memorial Day. But this year, because the earth is falling apart and society is collapsing, we decided to go ahead and push off the Indianapolis 500 to August, and that was this past Sunday. The big difference, other than that, with this race over previous years was the fact that fans, unfortunately, were not allowed to witness the event in the venue. Everybody had to watch it on TV. The networks were nice enough to cancel the normal blackout that happens. The race, because of the enormous capacity of Indianapolis Motor Speedway, it's very rare that the race sells out. And because of that, usually you can't watch the race in the city of Indianapolis. But this year, because nobody was allowed in, they went ahead and showed it live. So a lot of people were watching on TV. There were a lot of people that were outside across the street who were able to watch it on monitors or who were listening on the radio. So there were some fans in the area, but we had to put the event on with the grandstands being completely empty, and that made for a very awkward environment. I didn't notice it as much not having fans in the stands at earlier races, but this race, starting with qualifying weekend, the week before the race, it really was noticeable when somebody would lay down a hot qualifying lap and there'd be no crowd reaction. That was really weird. Other races aren't attended as fully as the 500, so it wasn't as noticeable, but the 500 usually has a very energetic, very loud, very involved crowd, and so we really noticed that it was different this year. So leading up to the race, Roger Penske, who is the new owner of IMS and the IndyCar series, sent an email out to fans with a statement. We'll read you some excerpts from that statement. In the email that went out on August 20th, Roger Penske said, "Believe me, there is no one more than me who wanted fans to be able to watch the 104th running of the Indy 500 in person. It is disappointing to run the event without all of you here, but I know our drivers are determined and ready to put on a world-class show for everyone watching at home. For Indianapolis and Indiana in general, the Indy 500 means so much. This is especially true for our race day staff and local businesses in Indianapolis, who count on the month of May to boost their income and take care of their families. But given the rising number of COVID-19 cases in Marion County, running the race without fans was the right decision. As much as I wanted to open our gates, even at 25% capacity, protecting our fans and the greatest spectacle in racing for the long term is more important. When fans return in 2021, you will see many of the improvements we've made, including more than 30 new LED video boards, 5G connectivity, and refreshed concession stands and restrooms. More improvements, all focused on our fans, are on the way. Thank you for understanding, and I look forward to seeing you next May. So, as I said, even without fans, the race did eventually go on. Arriving at the track early in the morning and not having anyone there, seeing the stands empty, it definitely felt very different. It didn't feel like we were getting ready to run the Indianapolis 500. But eventually, race time did come. We did go through the normal pomp and circumstance with all the opening ceremonies, and we did eventually drop a green flag and get a really, really great race on. It had a lot of action, and hopefully everybody enjoyed it on TV. As many of you know, I work on the track rescue team, and in this race, I was in the pits of Pato Award and the Arrow McLaren SP number 5 team. We did have quite a few incidents on track. Nothing, fortunately, in the pit road. I think one pit crew member got hit, but was not seriously hurt. But on track, we did have some fires and some crashes. Eventually, Spencer Piggott did get into the end of the pit wall. That brought out a caution towards the end of the race, and we unfortunately did have to finish the race under caution. And Takuma Sato was in the lead at the time. So congratulations to Takuma and the Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan race team for winning the race. I know a lot of people were hoping for a green flag finish, but it takes a long time to repair that, what they call the attenuator on the end of pit road. And with only a handful of laps left in the race, they decided to go ahead and just finish it under yellow. It was an interesting event. It was my first Indianapolis 500 working. I've been there as a spectator on several occasions. Obviously, as we did with previous events, we had all kinds of health checks that we had to go through. Every day we had to wear a different colored wristband, to show that we'd been through our health check. These are just the ones from the last couple weekends. Um, you know, it was different, and I'm looking forward to next year. One other thing that our team did this past month was finally get out and make a appearance at a local charity event. Normally during the year when we're not racing and we have off weekends, we'll go around and do different charity events, a lot of car shows and things like that. This year, because the race schedule got compressed after everything got delayed, there haven't been a lot of open weekends, and even when there were, a lot of those events have been getting canceled. So there was one recently in Mooresville, Indiana, at their local Masonic Lodge. It was just a little local car show, but it was really nice to get out and get the car on display and be able to talk to the public again. We did capture some video from the event that we'll show you right here. If I can get my directions right. Everything's reversed on my screen, and now the autofocus is messed up. Hey, there I am again. So one downside to this event was that in this part of Indiana, not everybody has adopted the mask requirements. That is a statewide mandate in Indiana. So I think I saw a handful of people wearing masks, and but that was it. With over 100 cars at the event, there was a lot of people walking around, and we decided not to go out and visit with people. But we did have a lot of people come over to our car and check it out, a lot of adults, a lot of kids. We had some stuff out at the car for Driven to Save Lives, which is a fantastic charity that helps spread awareness about organ donation. and we'll have some information in the description about that. We've talked about them before. We'll talk about them again, and we'll keep talking about them because we want people to sign up and become organ donors. So it was great to see people taking some of the materials that we put out at the car show. And as a surprise, at the end of the car show, because we did go ahead and enter. We always enter because that's how you give your money to the charity, is they take it through the registration fee. So we go ahead and we pay the registration fee to donate. And we ended up getting a top 20 award. We don't get a lot of awards these days. That car used to be a show car. It's had best of shows in the past. But since we started racing with it, it's not as pretty as it once was, and we don't focus as much on keeping it looking nice. So it's an older car, but once in a while people like it, and this was, I think, fan voting, and so people saw it and liked it, and so we ended up getting a top 20 best car award. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was nice. We had some people come over, and when people did come over and talk to us, they had masks on. So everybody hopefully stayed safe. We stayed safe. And we're going to do more of these events, and we'll let you know what the next one is at the end of this video when we go through the schedule. And you know what? That's right about where we are now in our agenda. So let's go ahead and talk now about what we've got coming up over the next month. So here's our schedule for what we've got coming up over the next 4 weeks or so. As you see, there is a lot of opportunities if you want to get out and see Kylie and New. She's got several events coming up at Capital City Speedway in Ashland, Virginia. She's got one on August 29th, which is this weekend. So hopefully we got this video out in time if you were interested in going to that. Gates at that event open up at noon if you want to get there early and watch practice, and then qualifying races start at 2 p.m. But if you're watching this video too late, September 5th, she'll be back, same track, same place, same time, competing once again at Capital City Speedway. Also on September 5th, if you're here in the Indianapolis area, our next display event is going to be at Victory Field in Indianapolis. If you're not familiar with Victory Field, that is the home of the AAA minor league baseball team, the Indianapolis Indians, who are a farm team for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So if you enjoy baseball or just like being at ballparks, this is a beautiful facility. It's a really, really nice place. They do other things at the facility besides baseball games. So absolutely check it out. If you can't make it to this, go there sometime, catch a game, check some other event that they've got going on. It is one of the most beautiful facilities that I've ever seen in terms of baseball parks. And you're talking to someone that used to work at a baseball park. So it's always great to be there. We're going to have the Camaro there, the number 17 Camaro that we race in autocross. It's going to be on display somewhere on the concourse. There's also going to be cars in the parking lot. There's going to be some cars on the field. And then I think they're going to put motorcycles around the warning track of the playing field. But we're going to be up on the concourse. We'll try and do our best to cover that event. And if you can't make it, we'll show you in one of our future videos what that event was like, because I think it's going to be a pretty cool one. So we're really looking forward to that. That's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Again at Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. On September 13th, again, the Camaro will be out, but this time it'll be on track, and it will actually be racing at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis Region SECA action. And that'll get underway at about 10 a.m. That is probably the only event this year for the Camaro. It was mostly going to be a display car this year. Maybe next year we'll race it more, but this year it was only going to race at the fairgrounds, and unfortunately most of those events ended up getting canceled. So it's only going to be racing at this one event. We may have a second car there. We'll see if we're able to have the Mustang there. but we'll definitely have the Camaro there. And so if you're looking to see that car, that'll be its one and only appearance. Check on the SECA website to see what their policy is for spectators. I know earlier in the year they didn't allow spectators, but that may have changed. So hopefully the website will give you the most up-to-date information about that. So and then on September 19th, Kylie Anu is back on track at Capital City Speedway in Virginia, and same schedule. Gates open at 12 for practice, and then racing starts at 2 p.m. And then keep checking back for more updates later in the month, and we'll be able to tell you more about the schedule going forward at the end of September and into October. And we'll probably start to wrap things up in October in terms of racing and shows and things like that. So you're running out of opportunities if you want to check us out, but there are still plenty left. So make sure that you stay complying with whatever your local guidelines are in terms of capacity and for spectators, whether or not you have to wear masks. Make sure you know what those guidelines are, what the requirements are for not only your area but also for the specific facilities, and make sure you comply with those. You don't want to get there and get turned away because you don't have a mask to wear or something like that. We want everybody to stay safe. We want everybody to stay healthy. So please make sure you understand what those requirements are before you go head to one of these events. But if you are able to make it out, we'd love to see you, and we'd love to say hello. So all right, everybody, so that's our video for today. That's everything we've had going on, everything we've been doing, and everything we've got coming up. So can't wait to show you the pictures and the video of the things that we've got coming out. Be sure to check back on the channel because we've got other videos that we're working on, some ideas, some things that we're putting together that we can't wait to show you, because I think they're going to be really interesting and really fun as we go forward into the rest of the year. So I've got a long list of stuff that I want to be able to produce and show you guys. So keep checking back. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you like our videos, make sure you give them a like. Hit that like button, because that helps us understand which videos you enjoy and which ones you don't. So I'll focus on the things that you guys like, because I'm here to make you happy, and I'm here to entertain you, and I'm here to inform you. And so let us know what you like. Comment in our videos if there's something specific that you're interested in seeing, or if you have some feedback. We're always interested in hearing what you guys think as well. So also, one last thing, I'll say it again. Please check out the description below for the information about Driven to Save Lives. You can save so many lives by signing up today. If you have signed up already to be an organ donor, thank you. If you haven't, please check it out, get educated, get your questions answered, and then if you want to help, please do sign up. It's a fantastic thing that you can do to save so many lives with just a single signature. So thank you for doing that. If you do, we appreciate it very much. So I'll leave it at that. Thanks everyone for watching. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate you joining us for this video. Everyone, please stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all on the next lap. Bye, everybody. Hey, there I am again.